for space,
If it's good enough for space, it's good enough for me on a Target run. That's what I say. Yeah.
And you kind of need to dress in layers because it's kind of feeling more like the winter season as opposed to spring. Yeah, well, we are still several more weeks out from the official start of the spring season. Now, if you celebrate on March 1st, of course, that's coming by the end of this week. But nonetheless, still seeing those winter-like conditions as our current temperature hovers right around 44 or so. Very wintry up towards places like Mount Hood Meadows. That's what we like to see as a few light rain showers continue to come down anywhere from the valley out towards the coastline, helping to fill up our rain gauge close to almost 1/10 of an inch for the Portland metro area, seeing closer to that 1/4 of an inch mark for some of our coastal communities. And these rainfall totals are only going to continue to climb as the moisture continues to push its way back into the Pacific Northwest. Right now, starting to move into a little bit more of a drier weather pattern, but that won't be lasting much longer as another round of wet weather starts to push its way back into the I-5 corridor by the time we get to this evening and through the overnight hours, where we will see a very soggy Wednesday for us. But right now, starting to slowly dry things out. Now, if you're up in elevation, you might be able to pick up on a stray snowflake or two mixed in with the rain, but then that melts immediately on contact. Not to say the same, though, above about 2,000 feet. Mount Hood, of course, buried in a fresh layer of snow, and that's only going to continue Wednesday, Thursday into Friday. That's where parts of the Coast Range could see about 7 to 14 inches. We're talking about 1 foot to 2 feet possible for the Cascades, again, as we get to the later half of this week. This is coming off the heels of some significant snowfall for our ski resorts. We really like to see these numbers rebounding upwards of over 10 inches in many cases. That too building up our base layer to over 100 inches for places like Timberline Lodge, Mount Hood Meadows, and Mount Bachelor. So some of the best ski conditions of the season are finally here as we gradually warm things up as we work our way into Wednesday and Thursday. Once again, returning to about 5,000 feet. But you'll notice as we move towards the weekend, lower snow elevations dipping down close to about 1,000 feet is a possibility. Now, the confidence with the chance to see snow here in the city, it's on the lower end of things for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We do expect to see those lower snow elevations, but it's all going to come down to timing and available moisture and exactly where those spots of maybe a light dusting of snow is a possibility. So we're keeping a close eye on that as the wet weather continues to ramp up through the overnight hours tonight. The winds also starting to increase out of the south as our temperatures get back up into the low 50s. It's going to feel more like what it should be for the end of February. All those yellows and oranges, a good indication of the heaviest of the downpours. This is a snapshot of about 11 o'clock at night on Wednesday. Then the cooler air starts to work its way back into our area. That's where the first round of snow elevations will start to dip down close to about 2,000 feet for Thursday, and then only continue to drop as we work our way closer to the weekend. But it's a super soaker event through Friday. We're talking about 4.5, maybe even 5 inches for some of our coastal communities, upwards of 2 inches for the I-5 corridor again through the end of the week. And that's going to be coming with some stronger winds. You'll notice by about 10 o'clock tonight, seeing some gusts approach about 30 miles per hour. For today, expecting those temperatures to hover right around the mid-40s. It will be rainy as the winds start to pick up, nearing gusts of 30 miles per hour tonight. That's where we fall back to about 43 degrees. Again, it's just all falling in the form of rain until we get to the week's end. Into the weekend, lower snow elevations a possibility, dipping down to about 1,000 feet. If anything, I think this is going to be the exact same scenario that we've seen over the past several days, where maybe just a snowflake or two, but it melts on contact because those afternoon highs back up into the mid-40s, quickly melting anything that may have fallen as the overnight lows continue to hover in towards the 30s for us.
And the official start of spring is what, like March
19th, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
I knew it was something. My daughter said to me, but the groundhog said we were starting spring. I'm like, that's not exactly
how
that works. Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back. Stick around.